Good evening. Welcome to Scarland's Dead Man's Rust with Red Scar Publishing and Friends. Tonight, Mark, your GM and host. I'm here with our regular team. I'll hand over to Bacco to introduce himself as he's back this week. Yay.
Yes, at last. I'm so excited. I'm sorry I have missed it for the last couple of weeks. I am Paco. I am from GMS Magazine, where you can find me and talk to me and do all sorts of things to me, which is absolutely brilliant. And I look forward to interacting with you. And I am playing Pacandra, a manticore who is basically the embodiment of innocence and ingenuity and has a very massive issue with boundaries and is learning to, keep them at a healthy distance, basically. But I will probably get somebody into trouble today somehow. I always do. That's me.
Thank you, Paco. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Great to have you back. I'll hand over to Alex.
Hello, I'm Alex. You can find me on Twitter if you really want to at the link below in the doobly-doo. And I am a freelance writer and RPG designer deep in the bowels of Red Scar. And you can be sure to check out the Faraway Sea Kickstarter from Steamforged Games, where we're expanding the Animal Adventure multiverse. And I am playing Captain Mahalas, the blood-tainted Triton privateer of the Blood Sea, who happens to be a rogue, because I'm not a pirate. I'm only a pirate if I get caught, so it's fine.
Thank you, Alex. And handing over to Terry.
Hi, I'm Terry Morn. I'm a lecturer at Plymouth College of Art for Animation and Games, and I'm also an art gopher for Red Scar and other wonderful little companies, and recently had the honor of doing some work for the Hellboy RPG. Which
Reset the clock!
And I'm playing Gravlith Gaul, a half-orc paladin who apparently turns out isn't a people person.
Yes, we are missing tonight Liz. She's indisposed tonight, but we hopefully will welcome her back next week. If you are watching, Liz, we do miss you, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week. So we are back, as I say, with the Dead Man's Rust campaign, which we've been running for a good few weeks now for on behalf of our friends at Onyx Path. Dead Man's Rust is a campaign set in the popular Scarland setting, which is recently been updated to 5e. It's been a favourite setting of mine since way back in the day. Hopefully not showing my age there. But yes, the group have travelled a long distance on a kind of resettlement journey with a dwarf known as Dradoki Bronzebeard. So you missed last week, Paco, but they actually managed to return him to his home, hopefully his retirement home in the Wood Dwarf village of Freeholm. So they met some of the elders there. Not that the rest of the group had a kind of hint of some of Liz's or Amalia's past catching up with her as well. So there was some kind of weird shenanigans around Amalia's background. And we kind of left it with Dradoki has basically been welcomed into the village, but been told that he needs to earn his place. Really, he's been away for a while. The Wood Dwarves have told him he has a lot to learn, and he's just really looking forward to spending some time, kind of reintroducing himself to the people, getting re-immersing himself in the community, and he can't really thank you enough that you're at this stage. So that's really kind of that part with Dradoki over with. Other than that, it's the continuing mission to move on to the Reed clan and investigate what's potentially been, or some potential missing persons among the Hollow Legionnaires.
Well, I presume I spent a fair length of time crying at the thought of leaving Sudoku behind. I'm just trying to recover because he wasn't a friend, I don't think, but he was close enough. So I'm just very sad, and I just go to I just go to my friends and just grab Leth and I just hug him and say, "Can you please pat me in the back?"
Oh, it's totally understandable. Drodoki's been there since the start of your kind of growth, really, from leaving Leone. So yeah, he's been in, and he's one of the few survivors other than yourself from the party that set out from Leone. So it's another loss, another sore loss.
Sure. I got to grab Leth and I just say, "Can you please pat me here a bit to make me feel better?"
You trying to work it out in my head how this works. It's like kind of oh no, it's more of that movement. It's a bit awkward, but I'm trying to get there. It is. We can always come back this way, can't we? Once we've. It's not like he's in a jar.
No, no, I don't think.
Mahalis has said this. I've since yesterday. I've been trying my best to take a card out of your book and kind of be a bit more of a people person. And apparently, just I don't know. It needs work. I say things like while you were sleeping, there was a journalist turned up to speak to Bronzebeard. Apparently, it was a bit curt with the options I was giving her in terms of kind of whether she should leave you guys alone or either take the stairs or the window. Apparently that's, and then Mahalis asked me to go and speak to someone about something. And apparently it was a bit rude there as well. Now, I don't intend to be rude, but I'm coming off curt. So maybe I can take a few more lessons from you in terms of kind of how to be nice to people.
Okay, I'm sure I can teach you that. I can be very nice when I want to.
I've seen it.
Okay, so we can make this pact. You can be nice to me and be my friend, and I can teach you how to be friends with other people. I'm not sure about the captain because it's kind of a bit weird to me. So I don't know if I'm ever gonna, I'm gonna try to, because I think I've been very unkind to him in the past.
Well, we have spoken about this, haven't we?
Yeah, I know, and I'm trying to listen to you because I look up to you. I don't want to be a paladin, I don't think, because you're a bit uptight. But other than that, I think you're lovely.
That's very kind of you to say.
You see, you should tell that to people, because if I'm very kind of you to say to you, maybe you should tell to people that they're lovely. So when next time you see Amelia, you see the cleric, maybe you should tell her that she's lovely too, or maybe even to Captain. Maybe he will like, if he thinks that somebody thinks that he's nice, and maybe that way he will be a bit nice. I don't know. Don't think he will, but maybe. I don't know. Just trying here.
Yeah. I'm not sure what effect it'll have.
You just say lovely to people. That's it.
It is worth giving it a try, isn't it?
Yeah. I do
Yeah.
hear you.
I'll give it a try.
Okay, good. And then something else you have to do when you hit an enemy, you just apologize and say that you're sorry, that you didn't really want to, but you kind of have to. And that if they stop trying to kill you, then you can stop trying to kill them too.
Well, if I was supposed to be hitting them in the first place, I wouldn't hit them, would I? Sure.
Well, exactly. I know, but you still can be, have the upper ground. Kind of be like the nicer person.
I could. I'm just snowballing here. Maybe I could say to them, I'm going to hit you.
Okay.
I won't like it. You have an option now to back off and change your ways, but if you don't, I'm still going to hit you.
I like that. I would
rather than
say
apologizing after the fact, because that seems a bit,
Well, I know, but you can still be nice and apologize. Oh, sorry, I didn't, want to, but I'm sorry, you made me.
It's a bit hard to do that when you kind of remove their head from their shoulders. I think it's good to give them.
Yeah. Also, you kind of blaming them, putting the blame on them, because in reality you hit them because you wanted to. I mean, you could always let them kill you. That's kind of fine. So I don't think that's a good idea either, can you? No. No, I don't think so. Anyway, look, I think we have a mission to go to, because otherwise we're going to be staying here forever talking about this sort of stuff.
No, the horses are all ready. They're all ready, the ponies. We're all good to go. I stopped, and we've had beans and they've had hay, and we're just waiting for you, really, Pikandra, to be honest.
Okay.
Just before you depart, Gravlith, and you notice that the journalist that you mentioned from last week, Apula, the kind of steely-haired, no-nonsense dwarf, has crept up on you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying any final words before you depart?
Yes, I apologise for my behaviour beforehand. I currently was according to my friend here, curt to you, and that's not normally in my nature, and I would like to apologise.
Well, I appreciate the apology, but I actually meant final words that I could use in our weekly journal that goes out amongst the Hornsaw. Something brazen, perhaps, and bold and encouraging for your journey that I can include for our readers.
Be nice to people. Be nice to people.
Captain, you must offer rousing speeches to your crew occasionally. Perhaps you have some words to.
We depart to be the change that we see and hope to find it along the road.
Excellent, very insightful. And yourself, young Pikandra?
Listen, just be awesome. Don't kill anything that's not trying to kill you unless you need to kill it so you can eat it. And make sure that you always keep your fur clean and free of parasites. That is very, very important.
Okay,
I've got one more thing, if I may, and I think this is quite important. I think you'll read this, because never accept a cake if you don't know what's in it.
Yes.
That's right, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's sensible.
Yeah, very sensible.
I
can I include the names of your ponies before you depart as well, of course?
Ah, yes. Well, my pony, my noble steed is Rainbow Dash.
6 nat 20s, Mark. 6 nat 20s and this.
and the other 3 horses, we have Pinkie Pie, although it's not actually pink. It kind of looked me in the eyes. I thought your name's Pinkie Pie, and Twilight Sparkle. Yes, excellent. Wonderful noble steeds, and they carried us quite a way. So thank you very much. If this gets led to the Hollow Legion for providing our transport, and we're ultimately grateful for all of that. Yes, thank you.
Well, have a safe journey. Hopefully.
Yes, and as I say, I do apologise that we got off at the wrong foot, and I certainly wouldn't like this to kind of tarnish your opinion of the Silver Order. And I offer her my hand.
No problem at all. She shakes your hand.
I hope we've built some bridges today.
Hopefully, pass through this way on your return, and I can.
Well, we certainly hope to. I mean, hopefully by that time Jadoki's all set in, and you've had a good chat with him. Although, could you ask him a question for me?
Indeed.
He's a dwarf, right? Like you.
Last time.
Not once have I heard him sing a song about mines or digging. Is that not a thing with you folk? I mean, I don't want to come off as. I mean, that sounds a bit rude, but. Do you think that would have been in his repertoire?
I think you've had a sheltered upbringing, Gravlith, from.
Yes, quite
from those words. And you've fallen into something that we like to call a stereotype.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh. And that's bad.
It would be something like calling Captain Mahalis here a fish, which would be rather.
No. We covered that already.
Indeed, that would be rather hurtful.
Yes.
So,
not a.
Yes, I'll accept your apology again, Gravlith.
And Pikandra's not a land cat.
No.
Partly, I guess. I don't mind. I think that sounds pretty cool because I like cats. Cats are very independent and have personalities, and they can lick the sole of their feet, which is quite handy. So that's fine.
Yeah. So sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. Stereotyping.
I think all the time it's bad.
Oh.
Just take a person and the species and as you find them and hope to find out more. Not all elves live in trees and not all dwarves live underground and hoard gold.
So does that mean that not all paladins are uptight?
Exactly.
Apparently not. That's just me. Yeah. I did kind of.
I've met one or two
That
paladins.
was a conversation I'd had previously with the order, and they said
I've met one or two paladins from a city called Mithril who were enjoyable company. In fact, one of them enjoyed drinking and swore worse than the troopers they travelled with.
I'm not allowed to drink. This is why I've not been drinking. It brings out something what my captain referred to as the Ra. The Ra, yeah. Because of my nature, the last time I was allowed to drink, and I really shouldn't say, I kicked a dwarf out his shoes and then chased the rest of the people out the tavern and I broke all the windows. And going Ra. That's why we call it Ra.
Very unpaladin-like.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why me and drink are not friends. So I try not to drink.
Oh, so it's not an order restriction then, it's just a...
No. Someone get pissed as farts. It's just me. I'm under orders not to drink at all, under any circumstance.
Well,
yes.
As I say, safe journey, and do be sure to come back this way. You know, even if you're checking on Tradoki, and perhaps update me on your current story that we can update our readership on.
Maybe I could send you a letter.
Yes, indeed you could.
Care of the tavern?
No, care of our own establishment.
Okay. It's down in my list. Here we go. So letters.
If you do write a letter, you can hand it in at almost any elven village or outpost, and it will certainly make its way back here.
Okay.
The Broadreach, Pause, News, and More would be our.
I'll just put Broadreach News, sure, if that's okay.
Our fine newspaper.
Okay. It's be a roving reporter, you never know. Okay. Wonderful. Something else to keep me busy in the evenings.
And away from drink, of course.
Yes, of course, away from the demon drink. Anyway, we must go, and I won't keep it any longer.
And as you're walking away or riding away, however you prefer to leave, you can kind of hear her forming some words in her head, aloud, as she's writing them down. The Dower and Taciturn Gravlith rode deftly away on Rainbow Dash. And as you leave this vast...
No coconut.
Yeah, no coconuts. And once more enter into the Hornsaw Forest, which is the vast woodland around you. And you kind of leave that demarcation zone again where the wood dwarves seem to have dwelt amongst their collection of trees and held back some of the corruption of Mormul's blood and the titanic essence that seeped into the forest. As you once more enter that kind of foul, sometimes odorous atmosphere, acrid scents around you and dripping trees that seem to be bleeding. Yeah, instead of sap, it seems to be bleeding blood. Rather enjoyable surroundings. And you start to head east. Knowing full well that you have a journey of some 10 or so days between yourself and the Reed clan, which is where you're heading to find out any information on Sergeant Telk, who is the legionnaire who's gone missing, the Hollow Legionnaire who has gone missing. Is anybody doing anything special?
I'm trying to work out in my head what I'm going to write in my next letter. Already.
Okay.
I would like to use a background feature.
Excellent.
I would like to learn whether or not there is a storm on the horizon within the next day, and whether or not any magic is affecting the weather.
What background feature is this called?
This is from my Jaffine social background, Storm Touched from Jugman's.
That being Jugman's Guide to
Gelsbad.
The collected volume.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is it? Sorry, I'm not au fait with these.
Basically, can I get a weather report that's semi-accurate, and is there a magical storm wizard that's about to cause a inland tsunami?
So there's a roll for that, just kind of you get a sense of the.
I get a sense for it. I've been schooled in the weather magics.
Very handy for a bloodsuit pirate.
Precisely.
No, so you don't get any sense of a storm on the horizon or magical vortexes en route to tear apart the Hornsaw Forest.
Okie dokie. It's probably more out of force of habit, but my harvest does it.
Yeah. Yeah, even from this, below the trees, you don't feel any pressure building or any change in the humidity that might kind of give you a sense of a storm imminent.
Okay.
Anybody else doing anything?
I'm just being myself and just basically sleeping and not bothering with anything. Just saying to everybody, "Oh, you're so nice, you're so nice." So Gruffleth can see me saying that's nice, so I can normalize it so everybody's nice in his eyes.
Oh, I do have a bit of information for you, Andrew. Apparently, if Bronzebeard gets settled in by the time we get back, I can have his donkey. He shook on it and everything, so he he's a man of his word. So if we make it through this and get back, and he's okay, and he's got a little house and he's all settled up, and we can have his donkey.
And that's good, right? A donkey.
Yes.
Okay.
Don't you think so?
I guess so. I mean, donkeys are nice. Not only they're very cute.
He's got used to having the donkey about. They're feeling a bit skittish now. He's not here. They can't really remember. It's the donkey.
Okay. Well,
he didn't even give his donkey a name.
Okay, like what? Can we call it glitter ears?
No, I've already got spikes.
Oh, okay.
It's main.
Oh, okay.
Okay, well, it's fine if we get back. So it's good, isn't it?
Yeah, that's great. That's lovely. Yeah, I'm so pleased.
Yeah, see that, be nice to animals. Hopefully that'll kind of build up, and I can be nice to people as well.
I can be nice to animals. I'm nice to animals unless I'm going to eat them. Then I'm not nice to them because I need to eat them because I'm hungry.
So, what you said to me, do you apologize to the animal before you kill it and eat it?
No, not really. No, it's not because an animal. I mean, an animal is not kind of like an enemy. An animal is like something that's there, and they're very cute and nice and lovely, unless you're hungry, in which case they're like food, but they still move. So you have to stop them from moving. But no, I meant, for instance, if a bandit came along or something that can actually, think. Then yes, you do that, and you say sorry, but otherwise, no, you don't need to say sorry.
So if a bandit comes along and says, "Look, guys, you really don't want to get into this. Maybe you should kind of really think about your life choices, or I'm going to stone your head in."
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And then if they look at me blankly or kind of move a bit shifty, then I can eat them.
Well, imagine that you can convince them not to kill you or to die, for that matter, because that's more likely to happen, that they die. Imagine that you can convince them not to die, and one of them, just one of them, sees the error of their ways and they decide to settle down, make a family, and have children that can become paladins.
Maybe I should make up some pamphlets as well.
Oh, now that would be very...
hand them a pamphlet and they could read the pamphlet and see the benefits of leading a good life. And then, you know, if they choose still to ignore that, then maybe I can chop their heads off.
I think so. I think, yeah, because they're choosing to ignore it. So if they choose to ignore something, then they don't deserve anything good that happens to them. So that's fine. I like that. I like that thinking quite a lot. You see, we are both thinking very much alike, even if I'm not a paladin, but we are very clever.
I mean, anyone would mistake us for wizards. They surely would, wouldn't they?
Oh, no, I hope not. I mean, I can do magic shit, but I don't, I'm sorry. But I don't, sorry, I said a word.
That's okay. It's an actual thing. Shit is a thing. You can say shit.
Can I?
Yeah, it's you know, the horses shit all the time. So I mean,
I just wouldn't want anybody to hear me and think that I am a foul-mouthed land cat.
Well, I don't.
Well, maybe the captain will, and I want to give the captain a good impression.
I think the captain's heard worse in his time.
Are you sure? I mean, I know it's a sailor.
He said a few F's and Jeffs and we woke him up that time with a bucket of water.
I will ask him, Captain.
Yes, Picandra.
Have you heard anything worse than shit in your life? Sorry, I'll say it again.
You said heard instead of smelt.
Yeah, or said it. Have you said anything worse than, you know?
Well, no, that's a descriptive term. I mean, if I was to say by Corian's hairless dangling orbs of wisdom, given by the fact that Gravleth is currently very quiet, I think that might be worse.
You're talking about his testicles, aren't you?
Huh? Your word, not mine.
Testicles is an actual word.
If that's what you infer from being orbs of wisdom, that is a mark on you, not me.
How do we go from shit to testicles?
I don't know.
Well, Gravleth apparently has them on his mind, so here we are.
I do now. I didn't until you mentioned it.
I never said the word.
Well, he's bothering me now.
What?
I can think. No,
you don't embrace all of Corian?
Yeah, well, yeah, of course. But I mean, you don't immediately think about his happy sacks, do you?
Happy sacks?
It's another word for.
I turn around in the saddle. His what?
Happy sacks. That's what we were told to call them at the convent.
Right. In my town is that's very weird because in my town we call it happy rod, not happy sack. So sack's got nothing really to do with it.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we've learned something new today about differences and that kind of stuff. Okay, that's good. I mean, this is a whole learning experience. I mean, for me, yeah, good talk, guys. So. I think I'm going to kind of drop the subject at this point because I don't really want to talk about Corian's testicles for the rest of the journey.
Gravleth, out of interest, what do you call other parts of the body? I mean, are they like the happy knees or just?
No, it was just what we were told to call them rather than refer to them in the common terms as bollocks, as I was told us to call them.
Because you refer to them as three different things now. So are you in trouble, or do we have to report you, or is this more of a self-reporting thing?
This was something back at the temple, you know, with the lady priestess ladies, and they were like, no, you can't see this and you can't see that, and don't pick your nose, and that kind of stuff, you know.
No, I don't, but I'm really not that interested.
While you're doing all this, I'm making popcorn. I'm eating.
Well, I mean, I have to say, Captain Mahal has been getting on like a house on fire since you had your long siesta. And we've managed to kind of make friends in the town as well, haven't we? We went and saw that lovely shopkeeper who was overjoyed to see us at his door, wasn't he?
Is this not the convent word for extortion?
What?
Extortion?
Well, you turned up to his shop, called it a very nice shop, said that it would be a shame if you didn't get what you wanted.
Oh, yes. See, this is why I needed you there, Picandra. I kind of overstepped the mark. I got he vexed me slightly.
But you're a member of the Silver Order, so therefore it can't be wrong.
I'm a paladin, but I'm not fallible. Infallible. One of those two words. Yes, I've offered to burn his shop down for him. I didn't tell Captain.
Well, you didn't threaten to put him through a window, which was progress.
I know.
Granted, because he was always looking at us through a window, and it would like the logistics boggle my mind. Which
I could have pulled him through it. Although
I got the feeling that's the route you were going, but we left before then, unfortunately.
Yeah, so we did do the right thing and leave him alone, to kind of think about.
Yes, and then you were going to go and speak to Amalia about it, and then you came down very quiet. In fact, it was the same quiet as when I referred to Corian's happy sacks. Was it equally as awkward?
Very, and I don't really want to discuss it again, to be honest. But I do think you should ask her about it sometime.
Who, me?
No, Malice.
Oh, okay.
Should kind of broach the subject with her, I'm sure she'd be more than happy to tell him about it.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
you'd be more vague in this statement, Traveller. Just.
Well, all I can say is I think our friend is kind of hiding a light under the bush. She seems to be immortal.
I'm glad to see that you getting the confidence to take your helmet off has opened you up. I didn't realise that you were waiting to talk this much.
Well,
making up for lost time. It's good to see.
Well, everybody kept on saying, you don't talk much, you wear your helmet, you walk around like a, kind of automaton or golem or something like that. And as soon as I start talking, I was like, shut up.
Well, no, I seem to recall inquiring whether or not you wanted some kind of straw system to get the food in so that you could eat with the rest of us.
Yeah, but now I know you. It's not. It's going to be a bit difficult, for the journey to kind of wear it the whole time, especially in.
I'm not complaining. I'm inquiring. I'm taking an interest because you're opening yourself up to us like a clam.
I thought you might have a preconception about what I did. I imagined that when I took my helmet, you would expect to see some kind of human being with blonde hair and blue eyes and kind of thick chin and giving it the old, like most of the guys, and not this.
Mahalis runs their hand down the fins that are slightly lighter blue that are their hair and go, clearly.
You're a Triton, it's expected. If I take the helmet off and everyone goes...
Are you saying unforgettable?
Oh. No.
Because I'm dashing, thank you. I'm a captain.
I imagine you are.
You don't have to imagine, because I am.
Oh, I'll take your word for it. Anyway, we must be getting close to somewhere now.
You've noticed that Amalia's dropped back to her usual distance, kind of outside of the group, but on the edge. Yes, dusk has come rather quickly in the Hornsel, deep in the forest as you are, but well below the eaves of the trees. So it gets gloomy rather early on in the evening. Probably, unless you plan on pressing on through the night, a good time to find someone.
We haven't been able to see, because of the forest, we don't know whether we're a mile or 10 miles or 20 miles from the next settlement, I guess.
I think you had a map, Picandra, didn't you?
I honestly cannot remember, but I thought we did have a map at some point.
I'm pretty sure somebody picked up a map.
Yes.
You did have a map, and I'm pretty sure you picked it up from the Horse Clan village, or if not, the Hollow Legionnaires.
Yeah.
My memory.
I think it was the Hollow Legionnaires that were.
Yeah. I mean, that we have a map, definitely. As to who provided it, I really can't remember, but we definitely had a map.
So it would have had the Reed clan marked on it because that would have been the last known location of Sergeant Telk. And as you've gone into Freeholm, you would have marked it up yourselves with some help from Jodoki to give you an inkling of where that was. I will promise you to get it drawn up for you for next week. But looking at the map at this moment, you can see you're a good 12 days travel due east, and it's pretty much due east from Freeholm, where the wood dwarfs are, to the Reed clan. And obviously you've just finished the end of one day. And even despite the kind of banter passing back and forwards from Mahalis and Gravlev, you've made fairly good time. So.
Well, I've still got the tents that I was given by the Hollow Legion, so I'll go and start setting that up. And I think Picandra, being our resident man of the woods, he can probably put together a fire and we can have something.
Oh, yeah, easily. That I can do in no time at all, and even I could hunt something if you wanted to. Do you want to come with me and do some hunting, and we can go and take a look at some rabbits or some pheasants or some turkeys or some boar? No, maybe no boar.
I feel I would love to, but I do feel that if I go cranking around in this, we're going to scare away anything we might possibly have to eat.
That's true. Maybe you can go and
You'd
get some
probably be
mushrooms.
better off taking the captain with you. He seems to be a lot steadier.
Okay, in that case, why don't you go and try and find some mushrooms or asparagus or maybe some herbs and spices?
Or maybe I can put up the tents and get the fire working.
That helps.
Amalia
Because
kind of slips into the camp as you're discussing who's going off hunting, and she's, yes, head off. I'll make sure I get a good brew on and slice up some cake for us all.
I mean, Ravlev, don't say this very loud, but she's a little bit weird. I can't hear you.
I said I had got that inclination. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I tell you what, just in case she's thinking of nicking the ponies and going, you two go and get something to eat, and I'll keep an eye on her.
Why would she want to do that?
I don't know. You just said she was shifty.
No, I said she's weird, not shifty.
Oh, is that two different things?
Yeah, shifty is different. Weird is when you don't do things like I do them. That's weird.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, I'm going to go hunting now before I say something else that somebody will regret.
Corian, go with you. Please be safe.
Don't worry, just get some mushrooms and some herbs and asparagus.
Okay.
Don't
I
kill
have
us.
no clue what you're talking about, but I'll try.
Okay, thank you.
Try and make a survival roll. Because I'm going to come back with something like dangerous. Or I'll come back with a truffle. You never know.
Yeah, definitely give me a survival roll to find something edible inside of the hornsaw.
Oh! Truffles for dinner, boys!
So that is, as you can see on the screen, hopefully, their viewers, that is a 22 for us.
Yeah.
Which is epic.
He finds a Gilspad McDonald's.
I'll come back with a nondescript coffee. there's a small tavern down the road, but I don't tell you. Because camping's so nice.
You actually do find some edible mushrooms.
Yep.
And not the variety that Amalia would appreciate either.
There's some berries and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and you even find a recently emptied bee's nest and managed to gather some honey from that as well.
Ooh, give myself a big old pat on the back. Picandра's going to be so proud. Look at this.
Let's see if Picandra can find something edible to glaze with the honey. In terms of fauna, that is.
Okay, let's find out. Survival. Booyah.
Boom. a 23 to sit above the 20. So the range.
In that case, if I may, I would like to find a little. I would like to find a turkey with their eggs, so we can actually make some truffle-infused turkey eggs omelette.
And to Gilsmad IKEA.
Yes, you do find turkey and some eggs. However, this turkey looks exactly like the evil one from Hellboy, and just stands and stares at you.
You set the clock.
That's fine. That's fine. By the way, I do hunt it using my firebolt, so it comes already roasted when I when I get to it.
Already panted.
Yeah, feathered and dusted.
Yeah, so
All the feathers are melted in.
you do bring back a pleasant turkey to roast for a few hours, which sizzles away above the fire, and some nice eggs to accompany the mushrooms, honey, and other roots that you've managed to pick up, Gravlith.
Wow.
It's a meal that will keep you going for a few days between you, definitely.
Corian truly provides his bounty tonight. So, I mean, I've got 3 other things I want to do once we've had our meal and that kind of stuff. One, I'm going to write our first letter about the bounty we found and so forth, the kinds of things you can find there and how wonderful it is, despite the bleeding trees. And then I'm going to start working on the wording of my pamphlet that Cantrad said that I should hand out before hitting people. And and then I'm going to do my venerations before bed and make sure the horses are okay.
Yeah, I mean, that takes a goodly while, so you kept busy. I guess that leaves Mahalis and Bakandra to spend some time in idle chatter.
Just slowly eating, but I have to drop it kind of whole into my mouth because lipless.
Can I help you with that?
I'm fine.
I can try and help you.
I'm perfectly capable of eating myself, thank you.
Yeah, but the thing is, I mean, I don't know how to say this because I want to be nice to you. But you have noticed how most people don't eat like that. And if you know that I am trying to warm up to you and learn that you can be a lovely person when you want to, and that for you it's a choice and not a lack of ability to be a good person, even though I think that you're a good person at times. But if you happen to find people who are not so inclined to believe that you're a good person and they saw you eating like that, they may think that you are a bit like unsophisticated.
We're sat around a fire in a forest.
Yeah, but we're not always going to be sitting out of fire in a forest. What if we become superheroes, mega well known, loved by everybody, and we have to start having dinner with kings and queens and dukes and marmalades and things like that?
What if we have to start having meetings with people underwater, and when you try and eat with a knife and fork, it floats up to the surface?
Yeah, but I'm not going to go underwater, am I? Because I can breathe there.
Well, that sounds well. Yeah, so you're in. No, it's just going over, isn't it? No, I'm perfectly fine eating the way I am. Thank you.
Okay, I just wanted to be nice to you. You're welcome.
Clearly, I'm eternally blessed by overflowing happy sacks.
Happy sacks, like which ones? You're lying to me. You don't have sacks. I bet you don't have sacks. Do you have happy sacks? Do you? I don't.
I'm sitting next to one, clearly.
Who?
You are a giant sack of happy, aren't you?
Word. No. I mean, I said it once and got away with it. Please stop saying that word.
Oh, sorry, Grandpa. Is that your word? Is that the order's word?
No, it's out in the world, isn't it? No, there's nothing I can do to stop it, so we need to minimise its impact.
I think it's a beautiful cautionary tale of you spreading Corian's message.
Excuse me. Hello, can I approach?
Hi.
You can see a figure out in the gloom, just at the edge of the fire's light.
Are you gonna hurt us or try to? No.
No, I've been sitting for a little while. Was waiting for an opportune moment to say hello, but I thought I'd better get in there sooner rather than later because the conversation was dragging on slightly.
So
We all do. Please approach.
So you were spying on us. Who are you anyway? Oh, where are you?
We're being polite, Pikandra.
Okay.
I'm a traveller, and he steps, or sorry, they step into the firelight, and you can see they're an elf with rather short hair, of average build really, rather nondescript. Would quite easily get lost in a crowd. Wearing clothes that blend in with the woodlands, so ranging from dark greens to flashes of red. Carrying a pair of short swords on their hips. I just wondered if it's got dark. I'm out here alone. I've been separated from my clan. Just wondered if you'd share the fireplace with a traveller for the night. And perhaps some of that rather gorgeous looking turkey.
What's your name?
My name is Benny.
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 Indeed.
Benny. That's not a very elvish name, is it?
What would you consider an elvish name?
I thought you elvish had different names, I don't know.
Oh, just come in. Hello.
Hi, this is
Hi.
Gravlev, my nice
Enjoy
friend.
our food. And if you think about doing anything sneaky, here's a pamphlet.
They accept the pamphlet.
That's it. Enjoy our food.
Thank you.
Probably the only thing enjoyable.
They walk over to the stand beside the fireplace and lean the pamphlet towards the fire to read it. Okay.
That's okay with you?
Yes.
Just
I
nod.
guess so.
Just nod when he stops for breath. Just nod.
So lead a good life and you won't get your head kicked in.
Well, I perhaps won't lead it as well as you yourself, maybe, but I'll try, I guess.
Okay, that's brilliant.
What's
Try the mushrooms, they're rather good.
what's your passive insight?
It's next to your Insight Mod and Foundry. In brackets. You're on mute, Gravleth.
13?
13.
Yep.
Okay. You just saw that in Foundry, yeah? I think I went to the wrong window to roll that. So yes, viewers, we are using Foundry as our virtual tabletop. We've been using it since the start. It's a rather excellent tool to host online games.
And it didn't roll a nat 20 for Mark, which is progress.
It didn't roll a nat 20 for me, no.
Yeah, the dice gods have not been appeased yet.
I'm happy to have most games that I run. I'm happy to have open rolls anyway. But yeah, so you can. He seems to be quite relaxed, receptive of your both the pamphlet and your words, Gravleth, and quite happily plonks himself down, pulls a log over and plonks himself down if nobody's objected. I say he, should say they. Sorry.
Hans is kind of hoping, okay, it's a new person for Pikandra to play with.
Yeah, I do start to ask them questions like, okay, Benny, Benny, I'm going to call you Benny, Benny. So what are you doing here anyway? So, I mean...
Well, I was actually travelling towards Freehome.
Why?
Well, I was heading away from my own clan, the Wolf Clan.
Why?
because I'm looking for some people to help me with, retrieving an item. I kind of fallen out with the elders, the Wolf Clan, and I had to leave in a hurry. But in doing so, I left behind an heirloom, and they won't be too happy about me going back there to collect it. So rather than face their wrath, I thought maybe I could speak to some people to visit them on my behalf and retrieve it for me.
What item is it?
I'm not saying that you guys, you folks fit the bill, but
Excuse me?
Well, I'm not thrusting that responsibility on you folks, unless you want to help me, of course.
I don't know. We don't know what we're meant to be recovering now.
Oh.
Well, careful, Picandra. Remember, he hasn't got an elfy enough name for you, so...
I know, exactly. Maybe he just wants us to get...
Which isn't rude at all in your mind, for some reason.
It's a silver locket. It's a family heirloom. Silver locket.
Why didn't you just buy another one?
Because it's a family heirloom and it has portraits inside.
Whom? Somebody important?
Yes.
Are you friends?
Well, they're family.
No, they're not friends. Family and friends are different things.
Just to the elf when Picandra's saying like your friends, I'm like, no, the bowl does not need to come out. We do not need to free this guy.
Okay, let's you see, we are in a very important mission because we are about to save all the Hollow Legionnaires in the world. So
they're those ghostly.
Watch it.
People, aren't they?
Careful.
One of them was a very good friend of mine. I still miss him very much.
Did they have a hollow enough name for you?
They're quite ethereal, aren't they? They have that kind of bluish.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
They're very nice. Anyway, we have to save them all because we are heroes in the making. Except Grafleth, who's a paladin and is already a hero in my eyes.
It's very kind of you to say, Picandra.
See, it's very easy to be nice.
Oh, it's wonderful, isn't it? I think the pamphlets are helping. Our friend seems to be much more amenable now. He's had a pamphlet.
Exactly.
I have to ask the question that if I may, I do apologise and sorry for interrupting. But I think we missed the point of why you had to leave.
Well, I did say I fell out with some of the elders.
Yeah, but you didn't say why. So this is the thing, you're being cagey and now you want us to go get something for you. It seems like...
But they were very specific that they weren't thrusting it upon us. We seem to be very keen to pick up whatever anyone throws in our general direction currently.
Well, where are you heading to?
We're heading to the Reed clan.
Reed, so east, if I remember my clan knowledge.
We have a map that someone I'm pretty sure is keeping safe that they're going to produce any second now when I finish talking, which I'm going to do now.
Well, I mean, the Wolf clan we're nomadic, but they are a day or two to the east. Also, they kind of rove this particular area of the Hornsel. And as to why I fell out with them, it's to do with the dwarves themselves, Freehome. So the dwarves have moved in rather recently into that particular area, which is traditionally Wolf clan territory. And the elders haven't taken too graciously to the incursion. Not that the dwarves particularly know they've upset the elders, but yeah, I'm kind of more of the let's go and make friends with them, and the elders are more leaning towards let's kick those foolhardy dwarfs off of our land.
Which I'm sure would be a concern for any group of Hollow Legionnaires that were trying to rally the clans to do something unified and good. And I'm kind of looking towards Gravleth, waiting for the light bulb to pop.
I look at you, I look at Picandra, it's like, this is...
I wasn't foisting this upon yourself.
No, you were being very polite, and we are being
Yeah.
well. Some of us are being very rude.
I can take this to the dwarves. I'm sure they'd be happy to send an emissary and hopefully talk this out. But then, if somebody did it on their behalf, who knows how the dwarves would and the elves would thank them? Who knows?
Question for the GM.
Yes.
Freehold is not the hold that we came from, or is it?
Freeholm is Freeholm is the dwarven home they came from.
Yeah. Okay, so the dwarves have recently moved in there, but Judoki's from there from before the Divine War.
So you're talking in recent terms for an elf.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Judoki's from around the time of the Divine War. There is a bit of history inside the campaign and in Hornsor itself that relates to why the Wood Dwarfs have only quite recently moved in. And that ties into why they were a little bit reluctant to have Judoki just straight into the community.
Yeah, sure. Okay, got you. Just double checking. Mahalas knows nothing about that. It's just that place we went to. Well, they seem friendly-ish. I'm sure they would be pleased to hear whatever you have to say to them. In fact, we dropped off a friend. Pakandra's friend. More of an acquaintance. Apparently he's a storyteller of renown. Judoki, bronze leaf, beard. Everyone had a different name for him.
Doesn't ring a bell for myself, but then...
See, I'm not the only one.
Well, I mean, we do have an itinerant bard amongst the Wolf Clan, actually. Onyx the Oft-Cursed. Perhaps he's heard of Judoki.
Was he cursed, or is he currently cursed?
Well, it depends on how good his
or is listening to him the curse?
Some would say that, yes.
Right.
Why are you being so unkind?
Who, me?
I sit down next to Pakandra and nudge him.
He tries, let's say. He tries very well.
Can you do better?
No, I'm no bard.
Then why you So you're giving lessons out of what? Exactly? Just wondering.
Well, I've heard some of the ancestral bards from the Horse Clan and other clans, and they seem to outshine Onyx more than not when we have gatherings. I'm just going.
It certainly makes it memorable, I'm sure.
Yeah,
you have time to savour the performance, and apparently Onyx is enough of an elfie name for some people. Apparently.
Yeah, but I'm just very weirded out by your name. I mean, is Benny Galandril or something like that your real name, and Ben is just a short?
No, just Benny's fine.
Oh, I know it's a very fine name. It just doesn't sound very elvish.
What would sound elvish? I'm intrigued.
Well, Benny Galandril.
What does Galandri mean?
I don't know. You tell me, you're the elf.
What meaning is that? I mean, to be honest, life is quite violent and can be very short-lived inside the Hornsor.
Is it?
So
why?
We tend... Well, we literally live amongst the taint of Mormo's flesh and blood.
Oh, but they are horrible.
Yeah, so
Grufflet, you don't need to apologize to them when you kill them. They are, like.
I know, but what it means is that life can be quite short inside the Hornsor, so perhaps that's sometimes why we're reluctant to take on surnames. But they tend to be based around our trades, I guess, or our clan lineage if we do take them on, or a role within the clan. We don't. Yeah.
So what role do you take in your clan?
Well, apparently troublemaker.
Oh, so you're Benny the troublemaker.
Forward thinker, I like to say. Let's say forward thinker.
Oh, of course, forward thinker. So that's like if you could see the future.
Well, a happier future, let's say.
Okay, happy. I like happy. Okay, that's good. I like happy. You see, I'm starting to like I like happiness. Happiness is nice. It feels good. It feels very good. So, okay, so let's assume, that this family heirloom with photographs of your family who are not your friends inside. Is it magical?
No, not as far as not when I left it, at least. Anyway.
So let's assume that you recover it. What would you do with it?
Treasure it.
So why don't anybody else want to get it?
I haven't asked anybody else. I've just been made homeless in effect.
Why?
Well, I did explain.
Because he fell out with the elders, like he
why?
said.
I want to know why. I want to know why, because if
He's already said.
They're stubborn and I'm flexible.
Anyway, I think this thing's getting a little bit heated. Have a spot more to eat. I apologize.
Yeah,
We come off rude. It's just we're in the middle of a forest. Everything's bleeding. We can
I
be.
understand. Yeah, I understand. It's fine. Look, I'll eat my meal. I'll join in with the watch with yourselves. As a thank you for the place by the fire, and I'll be on my way in the morning. It's fine.
Very rude.
Not at all. Not at all. It's
Brilliant. See, Mahalis, you're not the arbiter on who's being rude or not.
Apparently, Picandra is on if your name's Elvish enough.
He's okay. Let's draw a line under it. Let's enjoy our meals. We'll take a watch, and hopefully we'll get through the night without getting squished.
Graf
We haven't to hand out any more pamphlets.
Graf.
Yes.
What if what's happened is that this sort of elf has pissed off everybody because he's stolen something, and in reality that family heirloom doesn't belong to him, and he's trying to enlist us into stealing something that's not his.
We're not going to go and steal anything because we've got to head back towards the reclaim tomorrow morning.
Oh, okay, that's fine. So
Yeah.
he's gonna. I don't know. There's something shifty about him. Not weird, but shifty about this elf.
We've been given a quest that's quite important. I think the Hollow Clan, the Hollow Legion will get quite miffed if we keep disappearing off, doing different things when we're supposed to be doing something else.
No, I'd rather we say the Royal Legionnaires people things.
They're nice people.
I like them. They're also, and they've already died once. I don't want them to die twice.
And no point us trying to save them and then saying, "Oh, halfway through, actually, we got distracted and we did this other thing." And sorry, you're all dying, guys. But I mean, So no, that's not even an issue.
Okay, good.
We know what we're doing.
Why is the captain?
Everything,
Why is the captain so angry with me? He's always shouting at me.
I think he just gets a bit tetchy with us land folk. I don't think he understands that.
Benny seems oblivious to this conversation, Mahalis. I don't know if you
I'm offering him a drink, and generally, I'm not even apologising because that implies I'm responsible for them. I'm just.
Yeah, well, we're sort of doing that thing when you're at school and you kind of almost pull your coats up and put your hands on your shoulder.
Go into Gravler's happy sack, his tent, and put a sign out.
So we're still doing the thing we set out to do. And the only thing it does concern me is I will write in my letter that what this Benny character said about the Wolf Clan being a bit PO'd about them all living on the tree, and send that back.
I have an idea. Why don't we give the elf one of Amelia's cakes and see that loosen his tongues a little bit, and we can.
No.
There's an alternative reality where Mark rolled in secret. Just saying.
That's bad.
Why? She did it to me.
Because I saw what happened to you, and that's wrong. You shouldn't drug people.
It could be useful.
That's just saying, well, I can go around drugging people, I can go around thumping people.
I offer Benny a drink. If he's open to conversation, I do not bring up the fact that he's had just traumatic experience of having to abandon his home and then recount it twice to strangers on the road. I instead perhaps give him directions if we spotted any kind of cutaways or treacherous bits of the road of where he's going, and generally try and be a pleasant living creature.
They thank you quite happily, and just spend some general time conversation about the horn saw and some of the pitfalls, and
I enjoy the fact that there isn't Bacandra level energy, and they're able to sit on their stool and stay there, and I don't.
And actually, it for yourself, it drowns out the whispers that you started to overhear from underneath the hoods.
I hear the sea. No, wait, that's Bacandra talking again. Oh.
I've heard the words no, possibly the word drugs.
Which I think doesn't even raise anything, because we spent 5 minutes going over what there are different names at the convent where Gravleth grew up.
But you do notice, Mahalis, as you're outside talking to Benny, that Amalia's kind of sat at the very edge of the firelight again. She's well into the gloom, to the point that all you can really see her eyes gleaming away. And she just occasionally takes a sip of a drink, but keeps her eyes riveted on Benny. And doesn't get involved in the conversation at all.
Which is completely, utterly normal, because she's that kind of person, apparently. although she can make people leave taverns just with a look, which I'm still very impressed by.
Still slightly worried the fact she's wounded.
She's what, sorry?
She's wounded. She told me she was bleeding.
Okay, apparently everyone has been raised in a Catholic school and never been outside, never spoken to anyone. Everyone.
Well, Gravlith certainly did.
Yeah, that's in the backstory.
He was cloistered amongst the order, so yeah.
Yeah, completely. Until they burnt it down.
Is anybody taking any particular care during the evening, or setting any order of watch? Or?
No, I think generally we do a watch when we're out in the wilderness, don't we? I think it's sensible. So I do have dark vision, if that kind of helps if I take a to watch.
Yeah, certainly. I think everybody has some sort of vision, don't they?
Yep.
Not special.
The last party had people that didn't. But
that was
died.
There's some sort of vision. You have two eyes, so you can see. Yeah. But yes, everybody has some sort of special vision, as in dark vision. Are you including Benny in the watch order, or is somebody going to sit watch with him? Or?
I'll sit watch with the elf. I don't mind. I'll try out my new people skills.
He takes whichever watch you're happy to assign him.
Because I know Bacandra likes to sleep, so if they sleep, so I'm not going to take that away from them. So yeah, I'll take the first watch with our new elven friend, Benny.
Yep.
We met on the crossroad. Yes.
He lets the fire burn down, but keeps it smouldering. So he does have some sort of survival skill, some sort of woodsmanship, or woodspersonship, I should say. Woodsfolkship. I don't know where I'm going with that.
He knows how to keep a fire there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he strolls the perimeter and spends a little bit of time in quiet conversation with himself. He is actively keeping watch, not just kind of sat down talking and ignoring going on around him. He seems quite savvy of his duty.
And then I'm under my breath apologising to Corian about the mention of his happy sets, but it won't happen again. And I'll endeavour to do better next time.
they seem quite happy, and then eventually your watch ends, and they head to bed.
I'll finish my letter with an update, fold that away, and then catch some Z's.
So the night rolls through quite peacefully through the watches. You hear the weird and strange cries of the hornsaw, a bit more terrifying than any sort of jungle sounds that you could ever hear. Some blood-curdling shrieks, tree shaking thumps in the distance. But you make it through the night rather unsettled, but without any encroachment in your camp. And slowly you start to see the steely grey of dawn creeping its way down through the eaves of the trees. Who was on last watch? Yeah, so it's
Me.
There's a low ground mist that's risen. It's seeping in, making you feel a little bit chill. This time of, a little bit unseasonal, really. This deep into summer. The trees, if they weren't weeping blood, are now dripping moisture, and you get the sense that it's time to wake everybody up.
Okay, this time I will not use water to wake up the captain.
Yeah.
So I take a stick and I poke him with the stick instead.
Officers do not work.
Wake up! We have to wake up!
What in the name of Corian's fluffy nipples are you? Oh, it's you.
Well, last time I woke you up, you kind of tried to kill me. So I'm trying to wake you up from a distance now because I don't, you're
Fantastic, you're learning. Well.
Yeah, you're grumpy. You're very grumpy until you wake up. And not until you wake up. Actually, when you're asleep, you're actually quite nice.
Kendra,
when you sleep.
The entire time we had this conversation, do you know what you could be doing? You could be waking up Gravlath and telling him.
I think he's already can hear me. I think everybody can hear us. Can hear you, Mr. Grumpy Captain. Anyway, I'm off to wake up everybody else. And I go to Grafleth, and I go. I presume that he's sleeping and maybe gently snoring in his tent, and I just go and I just stroke his hair very like Grafleth.
I've not been drinking.
No, I know you have. And I give you a hug. I give you a little hug. It's okay. You're fine. You're fine. There. Tap, 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 tap. There. Come on. We have to have breakfast now.
Oh, yes. Breakfast. Right. We've got leftovers, some eggs.
Yeah, I don't worry. Take care of that. And I give you a kiss in the forehead, and then I leave your tent.
Okay. Ponies. Got to make sure the ponies are still there, and I rush out the tent.
The ponies are still there, yes.
My Corian's happy. Oh, shit.
In the slightest. Benny slowly stretches and gets himself up.
Oh, so I don't get to wake him up then?
No, he's kind of heard. Yeah, they've heard the commotion amongst the camp.
That's a shame because I already had a pang and a stick to bang it around him.
The ponies are alive.
Marley's also rising. She's tending to the fire, and she heads off to grab some freshish water.
And I handle this to Grafleth. Hi, Grafleth, this is for you.
Grapes. Where did you get grapes?
They were hanging from a low tree a few meters away. I went foraging whilst I was keeping guard of everything.
Okay. No, that's wonderful. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
No. You can sit down and share it with me. I can't really eat with this on there.
Okay. I can do that. Thank you.
Once your breakfast, if you're happy for Benny to stay, they essentially say their farewells. I'm going to head to Freehold. Like I say, just be aware that you are.
Can you take a letter for me? If you'd be so kind.
Of course. Who am I delivering it to?
I did write it down. Hang on a second. It's the take it to Broadreach News.
I can do that.
Yeah, and if you there's a lovely lady there, dwarven lady, steely hair. She can be a bit, but she's lovely actually. If you give her this letter, say it's from Gravleth, and that there's more to come.
Excellent, thank you.
Little note to the DM: the character who's taken it possibly doesn't know, is I do mention the fact on the back, upside down, that the Wolf Clan appeared.
Okay.
Wolf
Yes,
appeared one tree.
I did catch
Yeah.
that. Yeah, and Benny, they reiterate again, just to make you aware that you are across the border of the Wolf Clan, and you are heading east, deeper into before heading out of their lands.
Mhm.
So it's highly likely that you'll come across them. Whether you mention myself or not is up to yourselves. It probably won't ingratiate with you with them, but
No, but is there anything that we should be aware of with them, or anything we should say, anything we shouldn't say, anything we really shouldn't, kind of offend, or someone who wants to get on our side in order to kind of ingratiate ourselves with the wolves of the forest?
well, their leader is Werther.
Further,
Werther.
well, you all have short names then. It's a time thing.
Yes. And Werther leads the kind of bulk of nomadic in small tribes amongst the clans. So Werther leads the bulk of the Wolf Clan, and then around them they have kind of smaller packs organised around. So there's Nazmara. She leads one of the packs. And Mother Martha. So hopefully the names will, if you do
What was the
encounter
one that between Werther and Mother Martha was?
Nesmara.
Nesmara. That's not bad, isn't it?
I hope those are suitably Elvish enough for you to some degree.
I wasn't saying that. I was just saying I was finding it equally interesting that most people give themselves
They
several.
say it with a chuckle.
They sound better. If they told me their names, I would think they're elves. So yeah, that's fine. So you're going to be Benny Gradil from now on.
Okay. Well, look, like I say, mention me or not, it's up to yourselves. I don't know.
I think we will, and we can ask them why things happened.
Oh, no.
What's your curiosity? I want to know.
Because that then lets them know that we met Benny in the first place, and we don't want them to know that we met Benny, because then that keeps them off his trouble,
Anyway, Benny was just leaving and being polite to us after telling us the tragic story of why he was forced to leave his home and recount it to us, for those of us that were listening.
So
safe travels, Benny.
Yeah. You know what they say about curiosity, Picandra?
Yeah.
What?
You know what they say about curiosity, Picandra?
Yeah, it leads to knowledge.
No, they say it killed Enkeli's cat.
No, that's not true at all. Actually, it's absolutely fine at home. So I don't know who invented that nonsense, but it's not true. It was lying.
Oh, okay.
Curiosity leads to knowledge.
Didn't realise Enkeli's cat was still alive.
No, it is.
Anyway, Picandra is also an oracle for Achille.
Then I'll change that little slice of knowledge to knowledge. Curiosity to knowledge. It actually has a better ring to it. Sorry, Gravlov.
Let's just act really surprised when we see them. Oh, who are you guys? We've never heard of you before. What are you all about? That's. I think that's the tack we're going to go with.
Yeah, I wouldn't go in calling them dwarf murderers or anything. That probably would upset them. They're not. They're not. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, and they're not planning to. But they're not happy.
Yeah, but we don't know that.
But just having experienced your social tact last night, I would not. Yes, I'm just trying to advise you not to literally go in calling would-be dwarf murderers or anything, because they're not.
Okay. Take your word for it.
Thank you, Benny.
You're welcome. Hopefully soon.
Merry travels. May the wind be ever at your back.
Indeed. And may the sap from the trees forever stay free of your hair.
Bye.
I think, fellow gamers, that's a very good point to take our mid-stream break. We're at 8:30, halfway through our show. We're going to take a short 10-minute-ish break. We'll be back with you very, very shortly. Thanks for watching. Hopefully see you on our return. We are back. Back at Scarlands Dead Man Rust, if you've been watching us since the start. If not, welcome to our stream. We're halfway through our session. Looks like Zoom has joyfully remixed people around again, so I'll just have a quick shuffle of video capture images here. I just need to swap Paco and Gravleth. Paco and Terry. And there we are, back in order. So just before the stream, the group had said goodbye to Benny, a travelling elf who was in the business of trying to get some help with his clan. It's morning, you're well breakfasted and looking to set off yourselves.
We climb onto the ponies and we head off with speed.
Hasten into the Hornsaw. You leave rather early and make. I'm just chuckling at your glasses sticking out there. Sorry, back. You make good speed throughout the morning. The Hornsaw pretty much whips by. In your haste, anything that seems to almost get trampled underfoot dashes out of the way, and you make it through to midday, which is obviously a suitable time to stop. If not, you could welcome to press on again.
Yeah, well, we don't want the horses going lame, so we'll take a quick stop to have a bite to eat. And
Yeah, you stop, take the saddles off, brush them down, give them a little bit of a rest and some water, and then carry on your way. Sometime in the middle of the afternoon of your second day of travel from Freehome, you're on quite a clear trail, which you're adding to the map as you press along, and it's not a game trail. It looks to be some sort of trade trail, similar to the one that you were travelling through the Ganges. And this on this particular one, you've found little waypoints again where you can stay and rest if you wish to. And mid-afternoon, you hastening along, and you can see a group of figures in front of you along the trail.
Hello.
A good few hundred feet off yet, so you have time to do whatever you wish, really. Whether you want to turn around. Or
Are they wearing cloaks? Are they on foot? Are they on horses? Do they have carts?
There are three figures on foot, stood not kind of in the middle of the trail, but either side of the trail, looking rather relaxed. They don't appear to have any weapons to hand. They're cloaked, but their hoods are thrown back. From this distance, you can see they're humanoid, although you're not sure whether they're human, elf. Too tall to be a dwarf. Probably not broad enough to be an orc.
I brace myself for the for the incoming hate crime that's probably going to happen during our social interaction with these people.
What is everybody else doing?
I'm looking for my pamphlets, just in case.
Bakandra?
I'm not doing much other than making sure that I remember how to cast Firebolt, just in case.
Are you riding towards them, or are you just staying where you are? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I would like to ride towards them and say, hello, travelers.
Yeah, one of them steps forward, a female elf. She has braided hair out one side and the other side shaved quite close to her scalp. Again, as with Benny the night before, she is dressed in clothing that would blend well with the surroundings. You can see around her neck she has a necklace with a wolf paw emblem on it. She has a bow slung across her shoulder, which is out of reach. And again, some short swords strapped to her hips, and she waves in hail as well.
How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Yourself?
I am very well, thank you. What are you doing here?
We live here. What are you doing?
Oh, we are going to save the Hollow Legionnaires.
Oh, that's interesting. I wasn't aware they needed saving.
Well, some do, yeah. No, some do. They have already died once. I don't want them to die twice. That's all.
They've been wandering the Hornsaw, poking their nose in hither and yon without recourse.
What? I didn't understand the words you said at all. Like, are you talking Elvish now or something?
No, I'm not speaking Elvish. I'm just saying they've been wandering the Hornsaw, making it known that they're here, apparently to help.
Exactly. They're very helpful.
I wasn't aware they needed help themselves.
Well, I think it's good to give back when you receive. So they are helping people, so I'm helping them. We are helping them. These are my friends. This is Graflev. He's adorable. And this is the captain. And this is the captain.
The captain of what? Your group? The guard?
No, a boat. He used to have a boat, but I think it's...
I have a ship. Thank you.
Yes, he has a ship, not a boat, because a boat is too big.
Yeah, we get plenty of ships docking in the Hornsaw, of course.
All right, my friend, Gandrew.
What?
And our other friend?
No, they're all right. They look all right. I like your hair, by the way.
And the figure skulking about 30 foot behind us is called Amalia. They just do that. They're not being particular. They're just trying to avoid this conversation.
She kind of peers around you and squints. Ah, yes, there is a fourth one.
Yes.
Anyway, I like your hair.
Thank you. I like your mane.
Thank you. I try to keep it very, nice with oils, and I lick it every day too.
You lick it?
Do you lick your hair too? Yeah, it's very handy. You can lick it because look at my tongue. I have little things that you can put in your hair, and it's very nice when I lick it. I can lick your hair if you want me to.
That's awesome. No, I'm quite fine with my hair the way it is. I'll keep to the oils, but that's pretty awesome.
Okay. Anyway, do you need help with anything?
No, we were just really checking out who was travelling through our territory. Where are these Hollow Legionnaires that you seem to have lost?
No, we haven't lost them. We're just going to get some information to help them because they need some medicine, I think, or something. I can't remember. We were in their camp with a general, and she was fantastic. Oh my God, she was so cool. You'd be amazed. I mean, she was so amazing. I mean, a little bit uptight, but then it's a whole legend. They all are a little bit uptight. That's fine. My friend Graflev is very uptight as well, but he's lovely, and he's learning to be nice to people. Aren't you, Graflev?
I'm trying. Yes.
Are you usually not nice to people?
No, it's not so much that. It's kind of as my friends have discussed with me. Is I spent an awful lot of time in a walled area with the rest of the world going on outside, and of course that's kind of stunted my career slightly. I'm trying my best. I have a pamphlet here, which kind of explains some of my reasoning and what it is that I do and kind of what I'm trying to do.
She takes it from
so
you.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. Anyway, we're on our way to the Reed clan. Is it the Reed clan? I think that's the. I mean, I just spotting your necklace there. I don't suppose you're the Wolf clan, are you?
She says rather dryly, yes. How on earth did you guess?
Well, the necklace was a bit of a giveaway. I like this big sword on me. I bet you can guess what I
am. A warrior?
Yeah, you could say that. I'm a warrior in the Korean.
She looks you up and down. Are you showing any?
He's everywhere. It's like branded. It's on his shield. It's on his.
It's an eyebrow. She looks at it closely. Oh, I see. Yes, walls and fortifications and things.
That's the stuff. Yeah,
Right.
big temples and churches and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so you can understand that. This is all pretty new to me as it goes. So yeah. Well, but at the start of this journey, not to come half on at all, I was told I was a bit of a gruff. How did you put it? I wasn't a people person, and this is I'm trying to rectify that as part of my journey.
Well, there is a balance to these things. I didn't catch your name, sorry.
Oh, I'm Graphic Gore, although it's spelled incorrectly on the, but it's definitely Graphic. And I'm a paladin of the Silver Order, and I'm very pleased to meet you. He holds his hand out.
Yeah, she offers you her hand, gives you a rather heartfelt shake. She says, I'm Nesmara of the Wolf Clan.
Oh, yes. Lovely name. Yes. So, yeah, we're kind of heading east. And we just...
Our east, yes?
Yes. We have a map and everything. It's super cool. That was given to us by the whole Legion. Like my friend said, they're really good people. Anyway, so is there anything we should be aware of if we're heading east that, might be good to know, or anything kind of...
Well, it depends how directly east you're heading, really.
Well, as east as bit on the map here, Yeah, that's
if you're likely to draw a straight line from here to your destination, yeah, well, I mean, there's all sorts of nastiness between here and there, really. But then it is the Hornsaw, so...
Okay. Well, thank you.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What would somebody have to do for you to cast them out of your clan? Asking for a friend.
Ooh. It's rather a personal question of our clan traditions.
I'm very curious creature. I mean, let's imagine for a second, this is all hypothetical, that we had met somebody who, said, oh, I don't want to go back to the Wolf Clan, they're so inflexible, oh, they cast me out, I'm homeless, for me. What could have that person done to deserve that? Not saying it happened, it may not have happened at all, couldn't possibly confirm nor deny anything.
For being banished, perhaps.
Perhaps.
Thievery of the highest order, or dishonouring one's elders, that kind of thing.
So something like stealing a family heirloom, for instance.
Yeah, that could certainly warrant banishment, depending on whose heirloom and whether it was in a particular person's possession or not.
I don't know. I mean, it's a silver locket, something that would be very precious for an awful lot of people. I'm just wondering, it could be anything else. I don't know, whatever.
Well, it depends what... It depends on how beloved it was for somebody.
We don't know that.
How far away have I managed to get Mark at this stage?
Sorry?
How far have I managed to get? Because I've just been smiling and letting the pony slowly walk away in the hope that maybe they're going to adopt Picandra if we leave her. Leave them.
They've not stopped you, yeah. You
Yeah.
can carry on down the trail if you wish to.
Okay, so I'm far enough away that I can't hear this.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, I just wanted to know. Anyway, thank you, I guess. Should we keep an eye for somebody that you may want to find but may have gone away or may not want to come back or something like that?
Is this something you're trying to tell me, Picandra?
I've been told not to, because then you may get upset.
Well, I mean, I could be upset at the fact that they're wandering Wolf Clan territory without introducing yourselves at first anyway, but that's neither here nor there.
No, because we haven't seen anybody from the Wolf Clan to introduce ourselves to, and we have already introduced ourselves to you now, so we are fine.
That's understandable, and I can see you're carrying tokens of the Ganges, which marks you as friends of the Ganges elves as well. So that bears you in good stead.
Exactly. We're trying to be friends. I just don't want to upset anybody.
Look, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt, considering that you carry such highly esteemed tokens already.
Okay. So what are you going to doubt?
I'll promise to try not to get upset at whatever you have to say.
Sorry, I didn't quite hear that.
Sorry?
I didn't hear you. What do you say?
I promise to try not to get upset at whatever you have to say.
Okay. Give me a second. Grafleth. How forthcoming do you think I should be?
Well, you've sort of overstepped the line at this point.
Have I? But I didn't like Benny. I don't know. I didn't trust him.
I said we should act surprised if we let anyone on full time.
But we are surprised. I didn't expect these people here.
So Mahala, if you glance back over your shoulder, you can see Gravleth and Bakandra whispering to each other again. The female elf that they were talking to has stepped back with a rather bemused look on her face. And
maybe she's the arbiter of what's offensive, because I'm clearly not.
The other two elves, you can see Amalia stopped the other side of them as well. She stopped some distance back on the other side of you, the central group. So the two elves that are with her have both taken up positions to keep an eye on yourself and Amalia.
Okay, look, I'm going to be very honest because I don't know how to lie. I mean, I know how to lie, but I'm always get caught. I'm not very good at it. So I think
I slowly turn the horse around and let it wander back. I am eating all the way because this is going to be good.
Okay, so I'd say, look, last night we had some character that looked very shifty to me. I didn't trust him, called Benny, who said that you had thrown him out because you're very inflexible and you didn't get along with him. But you don't strike to me as very inflexible. You seem very nice. And he was looking for a silver locket with photos of their friends, for their families who are not their friends. And he's gone this morning after breakfast. But we did the watch with him because I didn't trust him.
Benny, see her raise an eyebrow. Well,
but he's not with us anymore. He left that way.
You, in my opinion, my humble opinion, you were correct not to trust him. He hasn't been banished. He was actually in prison, but he slipped his bonds and escaped. And it's not the first time we've had to be harsh with our punishment with Benny. They are known for stealing food from other members of the Wolf Clan, and valuables, of course. So whatever they're up to now and wherever they're heading to, I can imagine they are up to no good.
He wanted us to help him get the locket, and I thought, no, because we have to help the Hollow Legionnaire. So I am very glad that I've told you. See, Grafleth, you can trust people. People can be nice. And with that hair, come on, who wouldn't like that hair? Looks amazing.
I have to say...
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. They asked you to come visit us in the Wolfland and find a locket.
No, he asked us to go with him and find the locket. But we said no. He wanted us to steal it for him, basically, because that's what I suspected. But I didn't want to do it. And
I'm back here, Mark.
Yeah.
Please. So anyway, I think, Captain, you liked Benny, didn't you?
Kendra, get back on your horse.
I didn't...
Get back on your horse.
Fine. You're worse than my dad. I'm gonna call you Daddy Captain. Or Captain Daddy.
If that floats your mast, that is between you and your gods. I'm terribly sorry. My friend here, I'm sure, has spun you a fantastic tale. They have a fantastic way with words, as I'm sure you've seen. We've taken up far too much of your valuable times. We have our own business to tend to. Good day.
There's not much that I can say to that, other than obviously take care on the Wolf Clan territory.
Certainly, we are on our way to the Reed clan. We have no intention of transgressing upon your lands. It is merely a factor of geography.
Indeed. As I say, you carry the tokens of the Ganges anyway, which will stand you in good stead with most of the clans of the Hornsel.
Yes.
Just be aware that you are heading into Unicorn territory when you leave the Wolf Clan behind.
Wait,
Unicorn clan, yes.
Oh,
and
Unicorn clan. Oh,
we will be equally as careful there if we ever manage to meet a traveller on the road that we don't have to give someone's life story to.
I thought you meant real unicorns.
If there's a clan, Pakandra, that means they exist.
Don't encourage them.
Well, it could be because wolves exist. I know wolves do exist.
So, and reeds exist, and
You'll have a hard time meeting any of the Unicorn clan.
Why?
They're extinct.
Oh, poor thing. Why? How did that happen?
They were one of the stalwart clans that made a final stand against the Hag Queen Mormo, and sold their lives dearly in helping stop her.
So they're heroes.
it's a shame.
They are
We
heroes.
will honor their land so we can honor them and their sacrifice.
Treat their homeland with the utmost respect.
We shall indeed.
It's said that the spirits of their ancestors occasionally still wander the land, and it is a sacred place to all of the elf clans of the Hornsel.
I will even say, if you wanted to accompany us or send some sort of person with us so they can ensure that we behave in the best possible manner, that would be
is
most
entirely not these individuals' mission, and we would never dare dream of imposing upon the fine folk of the Wolf clan, and we were leaving.
I'm not imposing. I'm only saying that
You are imposing and you are talking.
I'm not imposing.
Two things that I'm finding increasingly difficult to deal with.
He's always shouting at me. That's all.
You only seem to listen when I shout, so now I shout.
He's Captain Daddy. Now, for now, because my dad sounds the same, but he's like a lot older. But he
Just
sounds
turn back to
exactly
this
the
one.
same.
As you can see, I have my hands full as it is, but we will do everything we can. Thank you very much. I bid you good day.
I like your hair. Bye.
She's talking to Pakandra, but she's looking at you, Mahala. She said,
Yep.
I appreciate the sentiment, Pakandra. However, I feel that you will treat the Unicorn clan lands with the utmost respect.
Of course.
As you will, of course, our lands.
All lands. I mean, absolutely. I mean, why would I want to treat something without respect? I mean, you're very nice. So why wouldn't I? If you weren't nice, then screw you. But you've been really nice. So no, that's absolutely fine. You know, but we could be very good friends. If maybe I can come to spend some time with you or something.
Why aren't you going to go and save all the hollow ones, Pakandra?
Yeah,
Maybe before they die of old age.
we want to get moving.
Okay.
But it's lovely to meet you. Yes.
Nice hair.
Nice hair.
Safe journey. I'll take my tribesfolk in the opposite direction, I think.
Traveller, on a scale of the Divine War starting again, and we can't sleep for 30 miles, how big is the catastrophe that I missed?
Oh no, that went fine in the scale of things. Compared to some of the other interactions we've had recently.
Now that's two different things you've said.
Well, no,
It's fine, and it's not as bad as other things that have happened.
I certainly don't think that they feel we're a threat at all. Put it that way.
Certainly.
Yeah. So
Look,
if
and-
that's what you're worried about, they, kind of, I don't think we made friends for life, but I don't think that they feel we're any kind of.
Fortunately, we're not on a mission from someone trying to, as an envoy, get the clans to work together or anything like that. But luckily, they don't know that we're doing it. We're working for people that are doing that. So anyway, let's get through this miserable spat of whatever you want to call the Horn Soul Forest.
And you were wrong. Benny's a criminal.
Don't start, you two. Really. Let's just go before.
Yeah, so you ride off and leave the members of the.
No, I get off the horse.
Okay.
Come on, Picandra. You want to be right? Come on, then. Come and prove it.
How?
Short swords come out and they go, come on. If I'm wrong, you're right. Come on, come prove it.
How? What do you mean?
Oh,
I say that I'm right, you say that you're right.
See. I'm right. He was a criminal.
And you're willing to stand by that?
Well, the
Then-
nice elf told
but
me.
you have to.
Then fine. Pick up the two swords. Then by bloodshed, the gods will make known the truth. Come on, then.
I thought he was okay as well. So I mean, that's on me, and I hold my hand up to. You know,
I'm not going to fight you.
No, then it's not worth arguing about.
all the time.
We have a mission to do, and you are stopping at every opportunity.
Then stop arguing. Why are you shouting now?
Because you are beginning to become a problem.
Am I? Maybe I don't think so.
You are a problem,
No, I don't think so.
and I need you to stop. Because otherwise, I'm not going to stop me anymore.
We'll trot on, and me and Picandra stay at the back until you've had a chance to kind of
Don't talk down to me.
some peace.
You have
It
anger
was
management issues.
Not to.
Picandra, stop baiting the trap, please.
Fine.
Right,
Ugh.
Not to interject
to the back.
in your party politics, and this isn't Ismara.
Yeah.
But Cassandra does speak the truth, Mahalas.
Doesn't matter.
Stop staring it. Don't. We're moving. We're moving. We're trotting on. Let's just draw a line under it.
Doesn't
And
whether or not the truth, because then we're getting into which NPCs do we believe? Unless we're saying, unless it's the GM saying that Mahalas innately suddenly knows that they're wrong.
No. It's yeah. I'm not. It's
No.
I'm saying it in game. Yeah.
No, Bakandra's consistently poking, and Mahalas is now poking back.
Yeah, I got that earlier from the way you were talking to Gravel as well. So it's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah, I know you're role playing it. It's fine.
Yeah.
She would just.
I mean, in
say-
universe, I would argue, yes, the people hunting them would never say, "Oh yeah, no, we're just inflexible." The person's completely.
Yeah,
It's just a difference of ideals.
like I said, that's why you picked up on the fact that she was eyeing you up as she was talking to Cassandra also. So she's taken a particular interest in.
Yeah.
In your temperament, let's say.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're schooled and live amongst the taint. So.
Yeah.
She's keeping a deft eye on you, shall we say?
Yeah, which is another reason I needed to get away from that conversation.
Yeah.
okay, we're moving now. We're moving. Okay, Kendra, go and talk to Amalia. I'm sure she'll enjoy that. I'm going to stay at the front with Mahalas for a while, and just we're going to be quiet for a while. Okay, while we get through this area, and then when we stop tonight. We kind of put the tents up and that, then maybe we can have a civil conversation. Yes, don't pull that face. Go and talk to Amalia, and we're going to get where we need to be going because we're stalling, like the captain said. We're wasting time at this point.
I'm not wasting time. You're wasting time. Turn around and leave. I'm just muttering to myself.
Right. And I'm going to let the captain go a couple of months. I'm just going Stay as kind of Hadrian's Wall in the middle there.
Rather sullen departure from the Wolf Clan elves that you leave behind. Kandra, you drop back to Amalia, who immediately offers you a drink, a hot drink.
I think I'm going to stick with water, Amalia. Thank you.
She nods, but she's kept her hood well up, and as you ride past the wood elf trio, you notice she keeps her head down, just takes the occasional sip of whatever she's drinking, which smells like quite heady brew.
And I keep muttering. I never can do anything right. Or everybody's like my father. They all talk back at me. I'm very bad. Like I'm 17 already.
So,
kind of... Go on, Terry. Sorry.
No, I'm going to ride up towards the captain, kind of try and keep level with him.
Yeah.
So yeah, that could have gone better, couldn't it?
Yes, they could have stood by their convictions and I could have killed them.
Yeah, but that's one way of looking at it, isn't it? Certainly. Conflict is part of life. It happens, and people have differences of opinions all the time. I certainly have differences of opinion with many people, and I have to say, it hurts me to see you so upset because you have helped me a great deal. I'm stuck between two camps here, where I care for the Kandra, but I also respect you a great deal, and I don't think this kind of vibe that we have going at the moment, if I can use the word, is kind of helpful to anyone. And I do wonder where it's kind of being in this place with all this awfulness is not having kind of an effect on you, or certainly being away from the water so long is kind of stressing you out slightly. But you can open up to me. If
a crew member falls overboard once, it's a mistake and they should be saved. If they fall over twice, it's a mistake and they should be saved. If they fall over 3 times, it's a mistake and they should be saved. By the 7th time, it's not a mistake. The mistake is not letting them learn to swim or learning that they don't belong on the ship.
Yeah, again, that's potentially one way of looking at it. I always feel that it's our duty to kind of look after him, even if they are making those mistakes. Make allowances.
They keep making the same mistakes because they know someone is going to pull them out of the water again.
And I will, naturally, but I don't.
And they don't learn. And you're not aiding, you're enabling.
Am I?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, maybe I'll think about that. Okay.
Maybe you do.
Maybe I will. Yeah, maybe I will.
Sorry, the player can't hear you. Sorry.
Maybe
I don't know if you're making just face noises or if those are meant to be words, but I can't hear it. I can't decipher it.
I'll just nod then.
Okay, right.
But really, I don't think you should be this distressed at this point. Okay.
So anything that distressed? I don't know when I get distressed. My eyes change colour.
Well, it must have been getting pretty close. I'll be honest. Real. Pretty upset. It's okay to admit it.
I'm not upset. I am frustrated that I have to listen every minute that I'm awake to someone else trying to tell me how I don't eat right, how how I don't look right, how I'm wrong to not know, how I should be, how I shouldn't be, and how I'm wrong to say that they're wrong. And on and on and on, because I'm not nice, because I don't smile right. And I've got to hear that every time that I'm, for some reason, Corian only knows why, attach my wagon here. I'm not upset. I am fed up. And if someone wants to tell me that they are wrong, because from where I come from, when you are wrong, someone dies.
Well, maybe this is the chat I need to have with the country tonight.
Perhaps.
Maybe
from what I've seen, words have the same effect as against a ship, as against a sturdy ship's hull. They slide off.
Yeah.
A good scar is always a good way to remember.
Yeah, but I wouldn't go that far. Let me have a word with the Gandra first before we come to Lance, because it's not going to be good for me. Because I would have to pick a side at some point.
Maybe.
So then we don't.
Maybe.
Trust me. Okay. We're going to go for at least another couple of miles in complete silence. I think that's going to really help.
I didn't catch the end of that, Terry. You've gone very echoey for me.
Sorry, I said we'll do the next couple of miles in complete silence.
Suits me fine.
No, I'm always the same. No.
You probably, as it's, what kind of time of day is it, Mark?
It's late afternoon now.
Late afternoon. You probably do spot Matthias plucking what appears to be 2 caterpillars out of their mouth and rolling them in leaves and putting them in a pocket.
It's fine. It's fine. Well, we'll pick a safe space to camp.
Somebody at the trail splits at some point in the afternoon. So could somebody give me a survival check, please? DC. You're travelling at normalish pace? You're not hustling, or?
Even if we're hustling, we've got a ranger.
Yeah.
Mechanically.
I just need somebody to lead the role, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
DC 16.
Nope, we all see nothing.
Okay, I'll need to get the window up so the viewers can see some of your.
Bikandra, are we in your favoured terrain? He says, grasping at straws.
I think.
I still think with a roll of 8, it's not going to.
Might be advantage. Might be. Fine, I'll roll the dice. There's been no nat 20s tonight. It's clearly been saving for this one.
So there are some loose mechanics inside the campaign for travelling within the Hornsaw.
Okay.
That I've largely been ignoring up to now, but we'll have a bit of fun with them.
Isn't that what you said last time about the Ganges, and then we all died?
Well, I have Natural Explorer, so basically I think I can't get lost. Yeah, I can become lost unless it's by magical means. So yeah.
It's not about coming lost. This is more about avoiding pitfalls and hazards type thing. So I know I said the travel split.
No, I mean difficult terrain doesn't slow me or my group. We can become lost. I remain alert to danger, even when foraging or doing any other activity.
I think based on that, I will allow you to roll with an advantage.
Okay. So the first roll was an 8. I presume we're going to count that as well?
Yeah.
So my second roll. That's a 9. Okay.
Awesome. So the viewers can see it. So yeah, it's not. This isn't particularly about becoming lost. It's about whether you've picked up on some of the dangers of the haunts all around you, which are completely unnatural due to this titanic blood taint. That's.
It's empty beehive. It's clearly abandoned.
Yeah, that was. Yeah. So you choose which you believe to the right trail. They both head east-ish anyway. One veers slightly northeast, one veers slightly southeast. They take you in the same direction, but you at some point in that the path gets rather overgrown. So there are vines hanging down from the trees, which look rather knife-edged on the leaf blades, and the bushes and the floor of the forest. Even though it's high summer season, this part of the forest floor is still mired in mud. So although the mud's dry, you can see at some point it was just waterlogged and sodden. It's still quite muddy underfoot, so the horse's hooves kind of schluck and suck through the mud. But you kind of need to be wary about brushing through these vines and undergrowth in this particular patch.
Which I take it we failed to do.
Well, the survival check has led you to this point, so just need to know how you plan on whether you just gonna like forge your way through or trying to move through carefully. Or
So, sorry, you said it was muddy, overhanging vines.
yeah, the kind of shrubs and bushes to either side have overgrown onto the path, whereas the trail you're on was quite well tended up until a certain distance ago. It's clearly been less well tended here.
Okay. Unless everyone's got a different idea, Mahal's is going to treat this like fog at sea. So dismount and lead the horse through the undergrowth rather so on steadier ground, because I can fall over and be fine and the horse can't.
Yeah. So, what would everybody else like to do?
I think the idea is to take the captain's lead and do it slow on foot.
Excellent, Kendra.
I do dismount, and I try to go very stealthy and carefully, and I definitely try to go through. I mean, I'm behind Mahalas and Gruffleth, so they're going to be opening the path as they go along.
Yeah.
But I make sure that I untangle any vine that need untangling rather than break. And make sure that I try not to step on any plant that I don't need to.
Okay. With that kind of care that you've taken, all make me a DC 12. I'm going to say dexterity save.
Save? Ooh.
Yeah, it's kind of unavoidable as you walk in. You almost feel as if some of the vines and creepers are reaching towards you and brushing you, and these knife-edged leaves do slice into fur and skin equally well.
Yeah, I rolled a nat 1, so that's a 6.
Safe.
It's a 7 for me.
I do safe.
Excellent timing on the music entry there. Was that from Foundry then, Alex?
Yeah, I programmed it in when I do nat 1s.
Excellent. So Pacandra, you do manage to kind of gently push the vines out of the way without too much harm. Gravleth and Mahalas, you occasionally get nicked by the vines as they kind of brush in around. So you both take 4 points of damage.
I have to make a wisdom save. How much damage was it, Mark? 5?
4.
4.
Yeah.
Programmed it on Foundry.
Where you've both been sliced, the skin is reddened and sore. So you think if you just kind of ridden through without too much care, then you would probably be laid up.
Cool. So Mahalis didn't make their save. So Mahalis enters their blood rage. As I attack the vines and probably the tree that they are attached to, or vines in general, probably don't have a sense of with the way the day's going with my claws, because I have claws as a blood tainted.
Yeah. So just for viewers, Triton. Well, Alex is a Triton, but a particular type of Triton called blood tainted.
Yeah.
Which is in Yugman's Guide to Gauspad. They are prone to, because they're affected by Kadem's blood, which is permeating the blood sea, where as a Titan, he had his heart cut out, which didn't kill him, but he was chained to a massive rock and thrown out into the sea, and his blood kind of seeps out and taints the water. So Mahalis has taken on this taint, this Titan's taint. He has to make a wisdom saving throw whenever he's damaged, equal to.
Rules is written. It's in combat, but
yeah,
I'm a glutton for punishment, and it's 8 plus half the damage.
Yeah, so which would have been DC 10.
Yeah, and I rolled a whopping 7 with my -1 on wisdom. So I get to cut loose and work through some anger.
So yes, you drop the reins, tear out your cutlasses, are they?
Probably just the claws.
Okay, yeah. Well, that's going to be interesting then.
Yeah.
So yes, you start to rend the vines and shrubs back with your claws, which slices into your hands even more.
Yep.
At that point, give me a Constitution save, please. DC.
Okay, I'm slightly less bad at those. That's a whopping 13.
Unfortunately, it's still a failure.
Yep.
So as the rage ebbs, and you can see, well, you've got what are Gravleth and Picandra doing is.
I'm going to take the reins of his horse so it doesn't get spooked.
Yeah, the horse. I was just about to mention the horse, which, you snap up the reins and move them out of harm's way. You can see Mahalis's eyes of the whites are just completely covered in red now, as if vessels have burst throughout them and just filled his eyes up. Picandra. You're muted.
I'm mute.
You're muted, sorry.
I step back. I take the horse. I take my horse, and I step gently back, saying, he'll come down eventually.
Yeah. And Mario just sits and chuckles. Perhaps he should have some of my brew. As the rage ebbs, Mahalis, and there are fewer pieces of vegetation lash out around you. You feel this burn that had sliced into your flesh and surrounded some of the wounds. Slowly creeps up your arms, and your skin takes on like a purplish hue from the normal color it is, and you basically gain the poison condition.
I would have advantage against poison because I'm blood tainted, I believe. So can I roll again?
You can indeed.
16.
So at that, yes, the skin does turn purplish up to your elbows.
It's already purple because I've already tainted.
And inflamed. It's it's burning, but you managed to fight off the poison pushing any further into your system.
Okay.
How is calm enough now for me to come and lay on hands, heal wounds?
I'll leave that to Mahalis. You're out of your rage, but it's up to you whether you.
Yeah, there's definitely some short. There's definitely some deep kind of breaths.
Yeah. So let me have a look at that for you. And I rub my hands together, point my eyes to the sky, call upon the intervention of Corian and the lay on hands and see if there's something I can do.
Okey-dokey.
So you get hit points back to 5 times my level. I'm 4th level now, so
Yeah, you got a pool of
Yeah, you can.
that many, so you got 20.
Yeah.
I'm only
Yeah.
4 down. If you want to put me back up to 4.
yeah. If you well, if you take the 4, then
Thank you.
Yeah. and I'll keep my 4 as a lesson learned.
But the pathway is clear for Picandra and Amanda,
Yeah.
at least.
You okay?
Much.
I think that helped, didn't it? In a way. Good.
Therapeutic.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm pleased. Right, it's getting late. We need to find somewhere we can.
Yes. Well, the pathway is slightly clearer. Let's head on. Perhaps you should lead.
Ultimately, that was helpful. So I will take point at this. And kind of look for somewhere for us to kind of stop at this stage.
As we go by, as soon as everybody's gone by, I turn back a few steps and I cast Cure Light Wounds on the tree that Mahala's hurt.
Okay. It's yeah, I mean, I'm not saying you can't. Obviously, it's your discretion. You can clearly see this is a tainted region, a heavily tainted region of the forest. It doesn't look like it's the vines and shrubs with all the bladed and the leaf and poison. It's been heavily affected by the taint in the forest. It doesn't look like it's a natural part of the, it's natural for this ecosystem, but it's not a natural part of the world.
We said we were going to be respectful, and we've heard this plant, and I just want to make sure that we're being respectful. That plant was there, and it wouldn't have hurt or got hurt if we didn't come around. So,
before he does that, I'll just take his hand. So just at this point, just we need to get some. I'm getting tired. We need some sleep.
Okay.
Let's go. I'm getting tired.
You can see some of the leaves and shoots spread out from the shrubs again. The vines have been completely torn down for the moment.
Let's get moving before we go back there.
That's it. I'm happy now. I've cured the tree. We go.
Yeah,
I think I have.
Find another suitable area to rest.
Yeah, out of the vines, hopefully.
Still ample turkey left. All of the eggs have been used up in breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
Is anybody doing anything particular as you settle in?
No, I do my usual night routine, and I just wash my hair and go to bed.
Yeah.
I drink heavily from a bottle.
Bit of an effort to keep those two apart, to be honest with you. And write my letter while I keep an eye on the both of them. I'm writing my letter for the news.
During the evening, what would the watch order be? Sorry.
Well, I'll take first watch because obviously prepare those will probably be quite tired. To let them get some Z's in, and I'll probably sit quietly with the malleus still up, and then in my house, will you take the watch after me, and then the Picandra can have the early morning one to kind of get some food and breakfast together.
Fine.
Yeah.
Did that play through the audibly for you guys then as well?
I heard the click clack.
Oh, okay. It just replayed the sound because I've gone from the ghost screen to the GM screen. It replayed the fumble.
Ah, right.
Just curious if
The gift that kept on giving. Yep.
Yes, indeed. So, second watch.
Second watch is me. Just in case you don't know, Mark, I've got 120 foot of dark vision, and I am the only person with dark vision that can see in colour.
Yeah.
Because big blood eyes.
You give me a perception check, please.
It's a 7.
It's a 7.
Hopefully I see it far away now.
No, your watch passes peacefully.
Okay.
As does the night, indeed.
Okay.
You cycle through your watches peacefully.
Cool.
But into your morning routine.
Okay.
And then, I guess, pressing on for the day.
Yes.
Yeah, so at some time around mid-afternoon again, you actually break free of the kind of oppressive enclosing vegetation of the forest again, and enter what looks to be a wild glade. There's grassland for almost as far as the eye can see for you, dotted with copses of trees. But yeah, and you can see it's an enclosed glade, so there are forested sides to the entirety of it. But it just carries on for as far as you can see, with copses dotting these grasslands. And you can see the odd creature in the distance scuttle away. And it's quite nice to feel the warm sunlight on your face again. Faces.
I think the travelling order at this point is, and then if I could muster it this way, and if it's okay with everybody, is we have the Kandra at the front.
Yep.
Being a ranger, which is a better idea than sticking us two at the front. We'll have me next, and then House and Nalia towards that, because they seem to get on better together. I mean, if this was another game where we're rolling dice for the skill you use the most, I think I'd take conflict resolution at this point. That's what I'm trying to work.
Okay. So as you break into this clearing, you kind of fall into that order. How would you like to travel? Are you skirting the forest, or are you heading straight across the plain, or the grove, the open space?
Is there no actual road path?
Not that you can see, no. You kind of exits the forest here. And you can see other trails entering back in. So you've kind of come out, I'll get you the map next week, but you've kind of come out on the southwesterly point of this glade, this grove. So you're kind of right on the edge of the southernmost edge of this grove. So you can skirt. You could stay in the wood if you wanted to. You could skirt.
Well, what does the map tell us?
I mean, the map tells you you're heading in the right direction. In fact, if anything, you probably want to stay as close to the edge of the grove or inside the tree line as possible.
So that's what we should do then, isn't
Yep.
Yeah. It provides more space for us to hide if need be. So no more opportunities to hide if need be than being in the middle of grassland. So I'd rather stay by the forest.
Yeah, naturally, yeah. Are you going to skirt the tree line but stay in the grove so you can travel a bit faster, or are you going to keep within the tree line? Kind of.
We'll skirt it so we can stay on horseback and make good time.
Yeah. Excellent.
That way, if we do have to leg it, we can.
So, Pakandra, would you give me another survival check, please?
Yes. With advantage?
Yes.
Can go for that.
Oh.
Not much better. Blimey, what's wrong with me today? Again, just a 9. So
This is where we find out that Manticore are allergic to turkey.
or the eggs, probably more likely.
Yeah. Raw egg.
Maybe the truffles.
So at this point, you make really good ground, almost as much in this short space of the afternoon as you did throughout the entirety of the day so far. You move on a really good clip along the tree line. As you're moving in amongst a particularly rooty part of the tree line, who's at the front? Sorry,
Me.
So can you give me a dexterity saving throw, please?
Okay. 10.
10?
Mm-hmm.
10. Okay, yeah. So like I say, you are travelling close to the tree line. The roots are branching out, and you're veering around them as much as possible without exposing yourself into the glade too much. And some of a particular root system, you can see a tree. Again, it's heavily tainted. Just as you get close, just seems to kind of slough inwards and turn into goop, and just disintegrate inwards. And as that happens, the root system actually gives way as well. So you veer to try to avoid it, but as the root system gives way and the ground collapses, you kind of fall into this collapsed network, and take 4d6 bludgeoning damage.
Ouch.
As your horse pitches. Make me a saving throw for the horse as well, please.
Dexterity?
Yes.
The horse is 17, it's a bit better than me.
Yeah, strange enough, the horse stops. That's probably what pitches you headlong into.
Yeah, it just tips me over.
Into
Okay.
the pit, yeah.
So how much damage do I take?
I will roll that for you now. I was going to let you roll your own doom, but it's okay. I'll know.
No.
So that is 18 damage. Ouch.
Ouch. So
Bludgeoning, if that makes any difference.
not particularly. I just heard it's the same.
And you're in amongst all this rock and debris and sludge. That's where the tree is just literally melted in front of your eyes, entangled in this pit.
I'm going to...
How is everybody else reacting?
Well, I'm going to try and pull him out. That's going to be my first instinct is to.
Yeah, like I say, you see.
I mean, this isn't a combat. This is just a hazard.
It's a hazard, yeah, a hazard of, and it is kind of these melting trees where they give into the decay. They just kind of slough and disintegrate into this goo. It's the first time we've experienced it, but because it was such a vast tree and it has such a massive root system, that's what the collapse has caused the hazard.
So do I have to make any particular roll to get him out there?
Can I? So, Graveleth, are you dismounting to help?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take the reins of Graveleth's horse. I'll go into my pack and I'll tie one end of my 50 foot of rope to the saddle of Graveleth's horse, and then give the rest of the rope to Graveleth.
Yeah.
Because it's the same principle as a lifeline. Put something really heavy up one end and something not so heavy the other, and let physics work its magic.
Yeah, and it'll be good knots as well.
Of course.
Am I actually trapped in this? Is it like moving sands, or is it just a pit?
It's just a pit, yeah. So you kind of you're not you can pull yourself out of the debris and the I should say there aren't really roots left. They're kind of disintegrating into the sludge. But yeah, you can pull yourself out and stand up, and you can certainly try and climb out of the pit if you wanted to.
Well, with the rope of assistance, that's going to be pretty easy.
Yeah, you can see the crew above you are getting ready to help you out with the rope and the horse.
Okay, so do I the athletics or?
No, what I'm going to do is as we'll bring the stream to an early close there. I need to get away slightly early myself.
Okay.
And it'll make an interesting point to start next week, I think.
Okay.
So you've got.
But the cleric just casts fly and she just floats out.
Well, I was going to say you have Mahalis. Wait, you can just see Mahalis' silhouette. Gravluff's looking down, rather concerned, with a rope ready to howl down, and Amalia's kind of ridden around to the other side of the pit with a dry chuckle as she's watching you. And thank you for joining us, viewers. Please come back next week. We'll be back next Wednesday to continue the crew's journey through the Hornsaw Forest. Hope we've enjoyed the show tonight. Please.
What's the worst that can happen?
Well, other than insulting lots of people, please do check out our host's Kickstarter at the moment, the Exalted Essence Kickstarter. They're currently at $289,000 of $35,000 funding goal, with 31 stretch goals knocked down already.
Holy hell.
So yeah, please consider checking it out on Kickstarter. That's Exalted Essence. We are Red Scar and Friends. I'm at Mark on Twitter at KP Langers. It's got rather dark here, sorry, the light switch is over there. So also consider joining us on Patreon. We're at patreon.com/red_scar. That's thank you from me.
And be sure to check out the Drive Through RPG sale. Premium prints are going up at the end of June, and a lot of Onyx Path's back catalogue, including all of the Juicy Vampire stuff, is currently on sale, and all the Scarred Land stuff.